Hey guys, Claire here, and in today's video, we're going to talk about all things Sussex related. Now, the last video we talked about Charles's coronation flops because artists are refusing to perform at his coronation concert. We talked about Frogmore drama, and I sort of thought that things would be nice and quiet this week. We were expecting to see Harry at the Better Up event, so I figured that that would be it. Boy, was I wrong. This week has been a really good week for Sussex watchers. First, we started off with Lily's christening, which was really nice to know that Lily has finally had an intimate, wonderful little christening. Now, according to an article from Marie Claire, although Charles, William, and their wives were not in attendance of the christening, Princess Diana's sisters both flew to Montecito to be there for Lilibet's christening. Harry seems to go out of his way to have a good relationship with the Spencer side of his family, so it's really nice to see the aunts support him and be there for Lilibet and Archie.
We'll call and we'll chat and we'll talk about silly things, and they were pretty serious on the phone. I go, okay, what's going on? And they said, well, we'd like for you to be Lily's godfather. I go, whoa. I had to take a minute to take that in, and I thought I'd be honored. I'd absolutely be honored.
Lily's christened, and Harry and Meghan used her princess title when giving the information to People magazine. And that just set off a cacophony of insanity from the girls across the way. The royalists went into their rabid overdrive, well, more than they usually do. And that's saying a lot because some of these people are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I don't know. I've been laughing my butt off all week, reading some of the most insane and deranged conspiracy theories and reactions to the title updates for Archie and Lily. So a lot of people are assuming that Harry and Meghan will be at the coronation simply because, the titles were updated on the royal family website. I don't know. They haven't verified that they will be, and as far as we can see from the media, it doesn't look like the palace has received a confirmation that they will in fact be in attendance, but they've said that the aides and courtiers are planning as if they will be in attendance. So we shall see.
If I was on Sussex payroll, you know what I would suggest doing? I would suggest going to the UK 2 days before, on May 4th. Make a big deal out of it. Pap walks getting on the plane, pap walks getting off the plane, pap walks going to wherever their new residence is in the UK. And then on May 6th, the day of the coronation, I want them to release photos of a birthday bash for Archie at Althorp. Althorp is the estate belonging to Princess Diana's brother, Earl Spencer. I want every single aristocrat and royal who didn't get invited to the coronation at this party. I want pictures of Lilibet trying on the Spencer tiara. I want pictures of Diana's sisters with Meghan. Then just sit back and watch everyone throw a fit.
Amongst the many conspiracy theories and the angry responses from the royalists, a lot of them have been cleaving on to this part of the Oprah interview where Meghan talked about the titles and Charles's intention to change it for Archie. And of course, they're like, well, look, he's a prince now, and the royal family has updated the website. So clearly Meghan lied. She lied, guys. Look, Meghan lied. It's one of the 17 lies. And they always talk about this 17 lies thing. I kind of feel like I want to do a video just focusing on debunking it, because every time I hear about it, I'm like, okay, well, what are these 17 lies? And then they start spouting off these talking points, and girl, it's a mess, as per usual. But anyway, they're like, Meghan lied because now the kids have the titles. But the thing is, she didn't. And if you actually listen to what she said in the Oprah interview, she said that Charles was having conversations about changing I believe it's called the patent or whatever, the law that would allow Archie and Lilibet and whatever other kids they may have to have those titles because they would be the grandchildren of the monarch. And she clearly said that. But of course, they're going to switch the narratives and use that to say, well, Meghan's lying.
And also the idea of the first member of color in this family not being titled in the same way that other grandchildren would be. The other piece of that conversation is there's a convention, I don't know if it's George V or George VI convention, that when you're the grandchild of the monarch, so when Harry's dad becomes king, automatically Archie and our next baby would become prince or princess or whatever they're going to be.
So for you, it's about protection and safety, not so much as what the title means.
That's
to
a
the
huge
world.
piece of it,
and that having the title gives you the safety and protection.
Yeah, but also it's not their right to take it away.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think even with that convention I'm talking about, while I was pregnant, they said they want to change the convention for Archie. Well, why?
Did you get an answer?
No.
You still don't have an answer?
No.
We had heard, the world, those of us out here reading the things or hearing the things, that it was you and Harry who didn't want Archie to have a prince title. So you're telling me that is not true?
No, and it's not our decision to make.
And through their insane responses to the changes in title, I've seen a lot of people on social media who aren't necessarily royal watchers, looking at these people with the major side eye, what is wrong with you? Why are you having such an adverse reaction to something like that really does not affect your life in any way possible? Now, we finally got to see Harry at the Better Up event, and I don't know about you guys, but Harry's been looking really nice lately. Now, if you guys have followed me for a while, then you know that I'm not a monarchist and I'm not necessarily a Prince Harry stan girl. Well, now I am. Originally, I've always been a Meghan Markle stan fan. But now, I love me some Prince Harry too. And he's been looking really, really good, tanned, relaxed, confident, free. We love that for him. Now, as if all of that wasn't enough, we finally got to see Meghan again. She was spotted at an event hosted by Archwell for International Women's Day.
Hi Meghan, happy International Women's Day. You look great, by the way. Good to see you, you too. Love to see you here in Los Angeles.
I'll never understand why she gets all this crap from the media. She is so gracious and so lovely and so polite to the paparazzi. She's an icon. Just embrace her.
And this event/sighting made my little heart beat with joy, because it just sort of reminds me of the good old Meghan on Instagram days. For all the girlies who used to follow Meghan on Instagram, then you would know what I mean. It's always good to see a fashion moment, because we're here for the style, we're here for the fashion, and I hope we get to see a lot more of her, because I really love that side of Sussex watching. I'm here for the fashion. A lot of news surrounding Harry and Meghan is so heavy and so emotionally draining sometimes that I'm excited to see more and feel more of the lighter side of things when it comes to Harry and Meghan. And so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, in 2023, we're reclaiming it, that we will see more and more of Meghan. But anyway, she was spotted looking fabulous, looking chic, looking like a rich auntie. Within the hour, I kid you not, her bag, the Chanel bag, and her shoes, which I think was Valentino, sold out. I don't know who these Meghan stans are with those deep pockets. Really? Within the hour? Now, of course, the Daily Mail tried to flip the script and say, oh, well, Meghan's out here spending a lot of money on an $18 salad and wearing a $6,000 handbag as she celebrates the titles for the kids, which, of course, is not true. She was at an Archwell event for International Women's Day, but I'm glad to see people were calling them out on it. And in true Meghan fashion, showed up, had a wonderful little pop-up event at a female-owned restaurant, because that's sort of what she does. And if you've been a Meghan stan for a minute, you know, like she thinks of very practical and logical ways to give back but stay on theme. So you're having this pop-up boutique for mothers who are less fortunate. You're having it at a female-owned restaurant, and of course, a sizable donation, because that's how we do it. We don't just show up empty-handed. No, no, no. We're not playing with cans of food that we did not donate to the shelters. We're not going to do that. We show up, we help, and we give donations because service is universal. So, well done, Archwell. Now, during the International Women's Day, what I love about Meghan and her impact is that you see a lot of really great organizations using quotes from Meghan. And I don't know, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see them using quotes from anybody else of that family. But each year, when it comes to anything concerning strong, influential women, Meghan's name is included. The quotes are included. So, amongst the sea of all the negativity that surrounds Meghan, it's so great to see these wonderful organizations see the work that she does and is inspired by it enough to share it with the rest of the world. So, it was really, really nice to see that all throughout the day on social media.
Well, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Princess Lilibet of Sussex. Yes, we have learned that Princess Lilibet and now Prince Archie have their titles, or go by their titles. They had their titles once Charles ascended the throne. In a bombshell. Now this is what you call a bombshell. Press release, we know that Lilibet was christened last week, Tyler Perry being one of her godfathers, and the godmother will not be, I'm assuming, announced. I wonder if it's Oprah. Remains to be seen, I guess. Now, of course, Dan Wooten chimes in. Baffling that wretched Harry and Meghan refer to their daughter as princess in the announcement of her christening. They hate everything about the institution of monarchy and are trying to bring it down, yet still want to push it on their very Californian daughter. Dan Wooten. I encourage everyone to go to Meredith Constant's page. She will be tagged in the video, and she has a slew of videos regarding Dan Wooten. More in depth than me. Trust me, she's the go-to. The young American sleuth. The King, Queen, and Prince and Princess of Wales were invited to the christening. None of them came. Shocking? No, not at all. In my personal opinion, I feel like that was let's make sure we invite them so they can't say they weren't invited and use that against us. So I am glad that the Sussex's spokesperson did mention that, because we already know what the headlines would have been. Oh, Princess Lilibet's christening. The royal family is not invited. Oh, the sun is... Buckingham Palace, of course, has responded and said that the royal family website will be updated in due course, which probably means next year. As you can see, I just took a screenshot from the website where it still lists them as Master and Miss Archie and Lilibet Mountbatten Windsor. This is their birthright. They are in fact entitled to these titles. There are other members of royal dynasties who don't live in their respective countries, who their children hold princely status, and even dukedoms, some of them without an HRH style. Now, effectively, since Harry and Meghan's HRH is in abeyance and they take their titles from their father, don't think that they will be styled as HRH themselves. However, that remains to be seen. But ladies and gentlemen, and who knows, this could have been a trade-off for Frogmore. We take Frogmore, we'll agree to the title situation. But it doesn't matter. And what did I tell y'all? I said that they were going to get these titles either by or before the coronation. I said it. Remember that. Bye, guys.
Charles' latest public appearance has been spoiled by protesters. Activists held up placards reading, "Not my king," as the royal visited the city of Milton Keynes, northwest of London. The group is calling for an end to the monarchy.
Oh, that's the egg. And he's been egged twice now.
Thank you for coming. The taxpayer pays $100 million for you. Why are you wasting our money? Why are you defending Andrew, Tom?
Let me just come on here right quick and talk about this child. So King Charles is basically having his coronation, and he's having a very difficult time getting people to come and perform. Now, allegedly, what I'm hearing is the reason why these celebrities have turned down the offer to perform is due to scheduling issues. Some of these celebrities consist of people like the Spice Girls. Now, when I heard that the Spice Girls were asked to perform, my first thought was, this is not even the bottom of the barrel. This is underneath it. Because these women would happily perform to the opening of a birthday card, and they can't perform for the King of England. Next up is Robbie Williams, and I thought this would be a definite yes, because even Stevie Wonder can see this man needs a moment. Yet he also said no. They also asked Adele, and I'm not surprised Adele said no, because Adele is currently in America serving another queen we know as Beyonce, who is friends with Meghan and Harry. So you see the connection as to why she probably said no. Okay. Now, it was the next person they asked who truly shocked me, because what I was thinking is, how did they even get this man's phone number? They asked Elton John. The Elton John. And if you don't know who Elton John is, you and the rock you live under should be highly ashamed of yourself. Elton John, who was best friends to the People's Princess Sweet Tea Golden Heart Diana. The same Elton John who sung at the People's Princess Golden Heart Sweet Tea Diana's funeral. Elton John, who attended the wedding of the People's Princess Sweet Tea Golden Hearts Diana's son and daughter-in-law, Meghan and Harry. Based on these events, this man has told them 3 times whose side he's on. And y'all still called Mr. John, baby. I don't know Elton John. Never met him personally, right? But I do know that this man has too much stature to lie and say scheduling issues. He simply just said no. But apart from Elton John, what we need to acknowledge and recognize is the reason why a lot of these celebrities do not want to associate themselves is because there is a lot of bad press connected to the royal family right now. We have people writing books and making documentary series with Netflix. People are punching people into dog bowls, hunching behind pubs. Ladies in waiting, asking black women where their family from and what their real names are. It's just too much negativity for anybody with a brand to get themselves involved in. And based on people's love and loyalty to Diana, even to her grave, Charles by default is basically married to one of the most hated women in England. Like Diana, God rest her soul, has passed away for over 20 years now, and England still hates Camilla. This is just some
Rebel and her mother have no sense of home training, and the fact that they treated Harry a certain way, so he reciprocated the energy, and then they treated Meghan a certain way, and she also reciprocated that energy as well. And it's also not lost on me the fact that Rebel tried to make it seem at first that Meghan was just not warm and friendly for no particular reason, when in reality she wasn't warm and super friendly because Rebel's mom was asking all of these rude and invasive questions. Also, the fact that they asked Meghan those particular questions, whatever the rest of those questions may have been, and they didn't ask Harry those questions. Also, if you watch the clip, there's a heavy sense of entitlement. Like, she feels almost slighted and almost insulted that Meghan wasn't nice after her mom asked all these rude questions. Like, what did you want her to do? Just sit there and smile? Like, no.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification bell.